What's up guys, it's Mr. Win, and we're going to talk about solving multi-step problems using the distributive property. Alright, so the main thing is the distributive property, okay? So let's look at that word, right? Distributive property. So think, if you distribute something, what's going on, right? If I distribute my assignments to the class, I'm handing one out to everybody, okay? So when distributing, make sure you hand out one to each. Now I'm not going to leave out some group of kids just because, right? I hand out to everybody, so everybody in the classroom. All right, I wouldn't go next door and start handing out assignments, hand out assignments in the hall too, right? They're not in Algebra 1, they got to be in my class. So my class, only hand out everything inside my class, right? Same thing if I brought a box of cookies, I pass one out to each in my class, right? But not, people outside of my class. So if they're outside of my class, yeah, no cookies for them. All right. So thinking of that, let's do a couple examples. All right. So here's the first example. I've got 3 on the outside, okay, and then open parentheses x minus 7 close parentheses equals 49. Okay, and so I've got my friend Drake here. Drake, can you help me out a little bit? What should I do here? Alright, okay. So, looks like what Drake's telling us to do is he's taking that 3, right, the one in the front, and he's passing it to the x and to the negative 7, and then multiplies them. So 3 to the x, multiplying those, right? 3 times x gives us 3x. 3 times negative 7 gave it negative 21. Alright, so if I bring down the rest, there's my problem. Let's just start solving, okay? Solve just like normal. Let's solve for x. So if I solve for x, I want to get rid of the negative 21 first, okay? The 3x is that married couple. We're going to split them up later. So the negative 21. Do the opposite to both sides to cancel. Okay, so I'm adding 21 to both, 22. Ooh, why did I write 22? 21 to both sides. Excuse me. This cancels, so we're left with 3x equals 49 plus 21 is 60. Alright, and then lastly we're going to divide up, we're going to divorce that couple 3x, that married couple, the 3x, they're next to each other, but divide to cancel them. So let's divide 3 to both sides. That will give us 60 divided by 3 is 20. Alright, let's look at another problem. So now I've got negative 2, open parentheses, 3x plus 8, close parentheses, minus 6 equals 2. Alright, so let's try this. So according to Drake, we're going to take the negative 2 in front, multiply it to the 3x, to the 8, to the negative 6. Oh, wait. What'd you say, Drake? You don't like that? Okay, so it looks like... Alright, so not negative 6. Alright, so we're not going to pass it to the negative 6 because it's not in the parentheses, right? You don't want to pass to outside my class, right? I'm not going to give an assignment to somebody outside. So only pass out, only multiply to the things inside the parentheses, okay? So negative 2 times 3x gives us negative 6x. Negative 2 times 8 gives us negative 16. Bring down the rest. Minus 6 equals 2. Alright, and hey, look, this looks pretty complicated. Let's combine like terms. Let's simplify before we finish solving. So I'm going to combine negative 16 and negative 6. Alright, that means I'm adding those two. So negative 16 plus negative 6 would give me negative 22. Alright, let's start bringing down the rest. Okay, and then solve like normal. Cancel the extra stuff, that negative 22 first, and then we end up dividing at the end. So add 22 to both sides, right? Do the opposite to both sides to cancel. So that cancels. Negative 6x equals 2 plus 22 is 24. And then lastly, divide divide by the number in front of the x. 24 divided by negative 6 would be negative 4. That's our answer. Alright, let's do one more. I've got 5 minus, and then open parentheses, 4x plus 2, close parentheses, equals 23. Alright, so looks like the 5 is in front, so let's multiply that way. Oh, that's not right either, Drake. Okay. Well, I do see a minus there, right? So it has to be directly in front of the parentheses. So if I think, what number is directly in front of the parentheses? There's a 1 there, right? So if nothing's there, it's actually an invisible 1. So we're actually multiplying, we're distributing a negative 1. Does that sound good, Drake? Right. So negative 1 times 4x and negative 1 times 2. So negative 4x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Okay, and bring down the rest. 5, 23. Alright, looks like I have like terms to also combine. Okay, I see there's a 5 here, negative 2 here. Let's combine those. 5 plus negative 2 is a positive 3. If I bring down the rest. Okay, and then now we're at a problem where we can start solving like normal. So I got to cancel that 3 first by doing the opposite to both sides. Subtract 3 to both sides. That gives us negative 4x equals 23 minus 3 is 20. And then last step, divide, divorce the couple. So divide by negative 4 to both sides. This gives us x equals 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. Alright, and that's how you solve multi-step problems with the distributive property. Alright, thanks guys.